18, verse 1. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there, and the land was subdued before them. And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes which had not yet received their inheritance. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, how long are ye slack to go possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers hath given you? Give out from among you 3 men of each tribe, and I will send them, and they shall rise and go through the land and describe it according to the inheritance of them, and they shall come again to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall abide in their coast on the south, and the house of Joseph shall abide on their coast on the north. Verse 6, ye shall therefore describe the land into 7 parts, and bring description hither to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priests of the Lord is their inheritance, and Gad and Reuben and the half tribe of Manasseh have their inheritance beyond Jordan on the east, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them. And the men arose and went away, and Joshua charged them that went to describe the land, saying, go and walk through the land and describe it, and come again to me, that I may here cast lots for you before the Lord in Shiloh. Verse 9. And the men went and passed through the land and described it by cities into 7 parts in a book, and came again to Joshua to the host at Shiloh. And Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord. And there Joshua divided the land into the children of Israel according to their divisions. And the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families, and the coast of their lot came forth between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And their border on the north side was from Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north side, and went up through the mountains westward, and the goings out thereof were at the wilderness of Beth Haven. And the border went out from thence toward Luz to the side of Luz, which is Bethel southward, and the border descended to Athradar, near the hill that lieth on the south side of the nether of Betharon. And the border was drawn thence and compassed the corner of the sea southward from the hill that lieth before Bethhoron, southward, and going out thereof were Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was west, the west quarter, and the south quarter was from the end of Kirjath Jearim. And the border went out to the west, and went out to the wells of the water of Nephtoah. 16. And the border came down to the end of the mountain that lieth before the valley of Hinnom, which is the valley of the giants of the north, and descended to the valley of Hinnom to the side of Jebusai on the south, and descended to En-Rogel, and was drawn from the north, and went forth to En-Shemesh, and went forth toward Goliath, which is over against going up of Ajimon, and descended to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben, and passed along toward the side against Arabah northward, and went down unto Arabah. And the border passed along to the side of Beth-Loga northward, and the outgoings of the border were at the north bay of the Salt Sea at the south end of the Jordan. This was the south coast. And Jordan was the border of it on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin by the coast thereof, round about according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin according to the Jericho, Beth-Hogla, and the valley of Keziz, and Beth-Rabbah, and Zemarim, and Bethlehem, and Avim, and Pharaoh, and Ophrah, and Chepharahamai, and Ophni, and Geba, 12 cities with their villages. Gibeon, and Ramoth, and Beeroth, and Mizpah, and Shapira, and Moza, and Rechem, and Herpil, and Tarla, and Zela, and Elah, and Jebusai, which is Jerusalem, Gibeath, Kirjath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. Joshua chapter 19. And the second lot came forth to Simeon, even for the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families, and their inheritance was with the inheritance of the children of Judah. And they had in their inheritance Beersheba, and Sheba, and Malzah, and Asherah, and Bela, and Esam, and Atalot, and Bothel, and Armah, and Ziklag, and Beth-Makarbah, and Harsusah, and Beth-Labor, and Zerim, 13 cities, and their villages, Ain, Rimmon, and Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities, and their villages. And all the villages that were round about these cities to Beth-Labir, Ramoth of the south, this is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families. Out of the first Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simeon. For all the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore, the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of them. And the third lot came up for the children of Zebulun, according to their families. And the border of their inheritance was unto Zared. And their border went up toward the sea and Maralah, and reached to Bashith, and reached to the river that is before Jotniah, and turned from Sarid eastward toward the sunrising unto the border of Chislob-Tabar, and then goeth out to Tabirith, and goeth up to Japhia, and from thence passeth along on the east to Githlet-Hephar, to Iskel-Hasan, and goeth out to Ramoth-Mithior, to Neah, and the border compasseth it on the north side unto Hanathon, and the outgoings thereof are in the valley of Chiptahah. Verse 15. And Katah, and Halal, and Zimram, and Elah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Zebulun according to their families, these cities with their villages. And the fourth lot came out to Issachar for the children of Issachar according to their families. And their border was toward Jezreel, and Chesalah, and Shunem, and Hathram, and Sihon, and Atharoth, and Mabath, and Kishon, and Ebis, and Ramoth, and Ekanam, and Eladah, and Pathpharez. And the coast reacheth to Tabor, Shahemazah, and Beth Shemesh, and the outgoings of their border were at Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar according to their families, the cities and their villages. And the fifth lot came out of the tribe of the children of Asher according to their families. And their border was Hakath, and Hali, and Betan, and Ashtah, and Alamak, and Amad, and Mishael, and reacheth to Carmel westward, and toward Shavar Hanath, and turneth toward the sunrise in Beth Dagon, and reaches to Zebulun, and to the valley of Jethiel, toward the north side of Bethmek, and Neiel, and goeth out to Kabul on the left hand, and Hebron, and Rehob, and Hammon, and Canaan, even unto great Zidon. Verse 29. And then the coast turneth to Ramah, and to the strong city Tyre, and to the coast turneth to Hosah, and outpoints thereof at the sea from the coast of Agzib. Huma also, and Aphek, and Rehob, 22 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Asher according to their families, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot came out of the children of Naphtali, even for the children of Naphtali according to their families. And their coast was from Elath, from Alan, and Zanim, and Adid, and Nekab, and Zabneh, and Akum, and the outgoings thereof were at Jordan. And then the coast turneth toward as of Tabor, goeth out from thence to Hukok, and reaches Zebulun on the south side, reaches to Asher on the west side, and to Judah upon Jordan toward the sun rising. And the fenced cities are Zedom, Zir, and Hamath, and Rakath, and Chinnereth, and Adamah, and Ramah, and Hazar, and Kedesh, and Idrai, and in Hazar, and Iron, and Migdalel, and Horam, and Beth-Nathah, and Beth-Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. Verse 39. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali according to their families, the cities of their villages. And the seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families. And the coast of their inheritance was Zorah, and Eshtaol, and Ishmish, and Zalabin, and Ajalon, and Jethlin, and Elon, and Timothoth, and Ekron, and Ekatah, and Gibbethon, and Baloth, and Jehu, and Benabarak, and Gathramam, and Marjakan, and Rakon, with the border before Zapho. And the coast of the children of Dan went out too little for them. Therefore the children of Dan went up to fight against Leshem, and took it, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and possessed it, and dwelt therein, and called Leshem Dan, after the name of Dan their father. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families, these cities with their villages. When they had made an end of dividing the land for inheritance by their coasts, the children of Israel gave an inheritance to Joshua, the son of Nun, among them. According to the word of the Lord, they gave him the city which he asked, even Timnath-Seraph and Mount Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt therein. These are the inheritance which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel divided for an inheritance by lot in Shiloh before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So they made an end of dividing the country. Joshua chapter 20, verse 1. The Lord spake also unto Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Appoint out for you cities of refuge, whereof I spake unto you by the hand of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be a refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he doth flee unto one of these cities, shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause, and the ears of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer unto his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly, and hated him not before time. And he shall dwell in that city until he shall stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return, and come into his own city, and unto his own house, and unto from the city whence he fled. And they appointed Kadesh and Gilead, and Mount Naphtali, and Shechem, and Mount Ephraim, and Kithdabah, which is in Hebron, and the mountain of Judah. And on the other side of Jordan, by Jericho eastward, they assigned Bezor in the wilderness upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth and Gilead out of the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan out of the tribe of Manasseh. Verse 9. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them, that whosoever killeth any person at unawares might flee thither, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood until he stood before the congregation.